When it comes to expressing unfiltered opinions, Trump is definitely one person we will hear from. The businessman and former US president had some words to say about Markle, calling her disrespectful to the Queen and even stating that he is not a fan of hers. Trump does not shy away from making sure everyone knows his feelings towards the Duchess of Sussex. But who says Meg even likes you, Trump? Maybe stick to business and stay out the politics. She is trying to do things that I think are very inappropriate, said Trump. We get the picture, Donald. You're not cool with the Duchess and you want everyone to know. You may be surprised to find out their beef predates her marriage to the prince. Back in 2016, Meghan publicly admitted that she will not be voting to make America great again because of all the misogyny. Who knows, maybe Trump has been bitter about the former actress ever since then. The feud continued when Harry and Meghan moved to the US in 2020. Trump tweeted, "The US will not pay for the security protection they must pay," though they had already made private security arrangements. Several months later, the couple released a thinly veiled endorsement of Joe Biden, to which Trump responded during a White House briefing. "I'm not a fan of hers. I wish a lot of luck to Harry because he is going to need it." Wow, Trump caught some serious feelings. In his interview with Piers Morgan, who has his own history with Markle, Trump suggests that if it were in his power, he would do even more to penalize the couple for rejecting royal life. It's a good thing that Trump does not have that kind of power. Or any power at all. Yikes. Number 9 on our list of celebrities who hate Meghan is Piers Morgan. We all know the British journalist has had quite the history with Markle, and in more recent times, the news has always felt like one-sided beef where Morgan goes out of his way to hate on everything the Duchess does. Piers, you're sounding like a real fan right now. Give Meg some room to breathe. Many have made note of this weird obsession Morgan seems to have. In fact, Google Trends shows many are even asking, did Meghan Markle and Piers Morgan date? Some history on the two that might help to explain their complicated relationship. With their first time meeting in 2016, after she messaged him saying she was a fan of his, the pair developed a virtual friendship before meeting for a drink in London when Meghan visited the UK to watch Serena Williams at Wimbledon. "We had 2 hours in the pub. She had a couple of dirty martinis and pints. We got on brilliantly. Then I put her in a cab, and it turns out it was the cab that took her to a party where she met Prince Harry. The next night they had a solo dinner, and that was the last I ever heard from Meghan Markle. I never heard from her again. Meghan Markle ghosted me." It seems as if he was hurt that someone he had developed a friendship with was no longer interested. Did Meghan lead Piers on, or did he just not get the friend zone? Comment down below. And yet it was the fact that Meghan distanced herself from Piers after meeting Harry that made him conclude she isn't a genuine person. "I really liked her, that's why it hurts," he said. "I just think she's a slight social climber, I'm afraid." Hold up though, can we just really take in this possible relationship? I think Meghan might have broken Piers's heart. Now that's some tea. Sounds like rejection hit Piers hard for him to continue going out of his way to say nasty things about Meg. On to number 8, Meg's estranged dad, Thomas Markle. Thomas, an ex-Hollywood lighting director, has spoken about her daughter's relationship publicly and described their decision to walk away from the royals as embarrassing. Damn, you know it's bad when even your family is not on your side. Their relationship soured in the run-up to their 2018 Windsor Castle wedding when he admitted to agreeing to stage pictures of himself. Thomas wasn't seen at the nuptials, and he didn't walk his daughter down the aisle either. After skipping the wedding, he repeatedly slammed the royal family in the press, once comparing his daughter's in-laws to a cult. Meghan and her father no longer speak. Damn, do you think Thomas is keeping some things quiet, or do you think Meghan only cares about her status? Comment down below. 7 on our list, competing to being the biggest hater in the family, Meghan's sister Samantha doesn't seem to have many good things to say about Meghan after she became the Duchess of Sussex. Wow, the whole family. Meg girl, what is you doing? Her strained relationship with her half-sister, Samantha Markle, has been visible for many to see, as Sam compared Meghan to Cruella de Vil in August 2018 and publicly sided with their dad while shading the royal couple's exit. Talk about living in someone's head rent-free. The sister is the main reason Meghan did not invite her niece to the royal wedding. She would have felt odd inviting her niece and sister's daughter because she knew she didn't want her half-sister Samantha there. Honestly, I wouldn't too if they were saying these kinds of things things behind me publicly. Like, her sister couldn't keep it behind closed doors? Now that sounds a little snake to me. Samantha released a book, The Diary of Princess Pushy's Sister Part 1, in February 2021. In addition to sharing alleged stories about their childhood, she claimed that Meghan changed when she met Harry. Damn, is Meghan getting a taste of her own medicine? I guess exposing secrets to the media is something they both have in common. Even though we may not ever know the whole truth, it's tough to see this family bring their drama into the media for the public to see. Harry and Meghan both seem to have unresolved tension with their families. Do we think they'll ever make up again? 6 on our list, Wendy Williams. The talk show host is another person we can rely on for unfiltered opinions. When it comes to talking about the Duchess, Wendy has not been holding back from making comments about the couple soon after it was revealed that they were dating. On her show, Wendy had predicted the pair would break up, saying, "There's way too much drama with her and this will not work out." Yikes, I guess we're still waiting to see if this prediction was accurate, but so far, it doesn't seem so accurate considering they now have 2 kids. Like, what's with all the negativity, Wendy? Let them do their thing. In 2017, Wendy told her audience that the actress was a bit of a wild card because she goes from being the deal or no deal girl to a random princess. According to Wendy, all Meg is doing is looking for a game. Do you think this is true, or is Wendy jealous? Because she's sounding like a fan talking about Meghan this much. While many haters might agree with her, Meg does seem to be doing well for herself and ignoring the criticism and hate she gets. Good for her. Counting down to number 5, Erin Foster. Regularly recognized for blasting celebrities by using her Instagram as an outlet, this time Meghan was at the receiving end of many of these posts. Sounds like someone has too much time on their hands. In an effort to cast shade on Meghan's past life and where she really came from, Erin posted a photo of Meghan's appearance on Deal or No Deal and captioned it with the words, "Never forget." Foster wants to make sure everyone else catches a glimpse of what Meghan was all about before her royal days began. That's kind of weird, Erin. Let's dig into your past. On another occasion, she posted another image of Meghan holding a briefcase from the same show and added an even more rude caption that read, "This briefcase is filled with my plans to be famous." Add Erin to the list of people who think of Meg as a fame-hungry social climber. Do you agree with her? Moving on to 4th on the list, Meg seems to find herself having intimate relationships with people who end up hating her afterwards. It's not looking too good for you, girl. Ex-husband producer Trevor Engelson never shared his feelings towards his royal ex-wife. However, in a book released by royal biographer Andrew Morton called Meghan, a Hollywood Princess, Trevor does not hold back with his alleged dislike for his ex-wife. According to the book, Trevor was initially elated about marrying Meghan, but eventually started feeling as if the feelings were not completely reciprocated. Meghan allegedly mailed her wedding ring back to Trevor out of the blue after 2 years of marriage. Wow, Meg really feels no ways. She's a savage. Number 3, Katie Hopkins, scathing tirade in full, which features an order from her to Meghan to leave our royal family alone, with her adding that she and other critics of the former Suits actress could see trouble coming a mile off. From the start of her relationship with Prince Harry and claiming she has always been desperate to be a celebrity. Wow, is this true, Meg? She has accused Meghan of dressing badly and also called her the biggest hypocrite. Fans took to social media to criticize her comments, but Ms. Hopkins hit back. Nah, that's just unnecessary. Why you gotta insult what she wears? She told Mirror Online, "British taxpayers are sick and tired of the hypocrisy of Meghan Markle, preaching ecotosh whilst taking private jets, and demanding privacy whilst prostituting her fame on social media." She expressed her disgust by Meghan's non-royal attitude by bashing her and calling her a budget Princess Di with an Oscar-winning innocent face. At one point, Prince Harry made a plea for the media to respect his girlfriend's privacy, to which Katie chimed in aggressively and commented about how Meghan should stop posting so much on social media if she valued her privacy so much. Didn't they just release that Netflix docuseries? Anyway, Amy Schumer threw some very shady shade at the royals. As you can tell, other celebrities were abrasively vocal about their disdain for Meghan Markle. Amy took a more sly approach and spoke to Sydney's Fitzy and Whippa radio show about the wedding. She talked about how Meghan's wedding was not really hers and joked about how she had to greet foreign delegates on her big day, people that she had never met or seen before. She made some underhanded comments about how this must be a bad experience for Meghan, but it's likely that had Amy been on the list of guests, she maybe, just maybe, would have attended this royal affair. Is Amy even a comedian? Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Schumer has joked about following the royal couple's footsteps after their decision to step back as senior members of the royal family was announced. Alongside a photo of her husband Chris Fisher pushing her on a beach wheelchair, Schumer wrote on Instagram, "Chris and I are formally stepping down from our royal duties." Ha, good one, Amy. Schumer has previously made a crack about Meghan, back when she and the former actress were both expecting their first child. In a 2018 video segment, the comedian jokingly called Meghan her nemesis. Maybe that's not so much a joke anymore. Number 1 on the list, once part of the royal family, Prince Andrew. Andrew has been involved in numerous scandals, so many are coming to question why it is that Meghan is the one to receive bad media press, but the former Duke of York, who has been involved in far more problematic issues, has not been causing as much conversation. As one of the late Queen's sons, Andrew managed to lose all his titles and was stripped of his military associations. Prince Andrew has been kicked out of Buckingham Palace by his brother King Charles, according to reports. A source told The Sun, any presence at the palace is officially over. The king has made it clear he isn't a working royal, he's on his own. The press we see on Andrew is nowhere near as ruthless as what we see on Meghan, who moved out because she was not able to manage the royal life. What can he really say about Meghan when he has no place to judge? Whether it is controversies or just relationship drama, Meghan continues to be in the spotlight, criticized by many. Do you like Meghan Markle though, or do you agree with the people on this list? Comment down below.
Meghan's sister. Meghan Markle's sister Samantha is furious the Duchess essentially disavowed her family during the Oprah interview and claimed she merely is playing victim for sympathy. Samantha Markle went nuts on the Australian radio show Fifi, Fev and Nick, calling her bluff on Meghan, who told Oprah she had lost her father because of the royal family's pressure. She also compared Prince Harry to a kidnapping victim who's fallen in love with his abductor. As for Meghan's claim to Oprah that she didn't know anything about the royals and their way of life, Samantha claims Meghan studied the UK monarch and even tries to emulate Princess Diana. Samantha added she doesn't think Meghan's embarrassed of her family, and she thinks Meghan was tired of getting busted on stuff in the media, so she started playing victim. I just want to say, out of curiosity of your thoughts, do you think her sister is jealous or being serious in this interview? Piers Morgan. From friends to constantly slandering Meghan, Piers Morgan has made it well known he's not the biggest fan of Meghan. He relentlessly tweets about her, quit his job at Good Morning Britain after they asked him to apologize for saying he didn't believe a word she talked about having depressing thoughts, and has now made borderline threatening remarks towards her as he starts his new position as a columnist on The Sun. Pushy little Princess Pinocchio tried her utmost to cancel me, he said. Is Piers overreacting to Meghan incident, or after being ghosted, is he in the right to try and take her down? That was sarcasm. You got ghosted, Piers. Move on, mate. Emily Giffin. I don't think there is a soul in the world that hates Meghan Markle or anyone more than Emily Giffin, and honestly, it's sad. Emily has for years diminished Meghan and has been accused of her hate as racially motivated. I don't like spreading hate on these videos because they are for entertainment and meant to just go over news with an unbiased opinion and the odd joke, but it seems like Emily Giffin is out for Meghan. Emily, chill out, take a step back, relax. She has publicly apologized, but we all know that's just a PR push. I am for one becoming a fan of Meghan for the fact she's able to overcome the slander and do her thing. Good on you, Meghan. Donald Trump. In the past, Donald Trump has declared he is not a fan of Meghan Markle. Trump, speaking to a political turned media personality, said, I think she's very disrespectful to the royal family, and most importantly, to the Queen. He also went on to say he was not a fan of Markle. I'm not a fan of hers, I wasn't from day one. I think Harry has been used horribly, and I think someday he will regret it, he said. I mean, it was a harsh take on Meghan, yes, but it's better than some other things celebs have said, so until I meet her, I won't declare my dislike or hate. I feel like that's fair. Bethany Frankel. Real Housewives of New York throws shade at Meghan in response to a Twitter user who suggested the Duchess was treated unfairly by the palace and press, following that infamous Oprah interview. Cry me a river, Frankel tweeted. The plight of being a game show host, fairly unknown actress, to suffering in a palace with tiaras and seven-figure weddings for 2 whole years for being a household household name. This isn't the way to generate less press and cannot be filed under the guise of wanting privacy to prevent a repeat of previous events, calling out Meghan for taking a massive interview after saying she doesn't want the press. I mean, Meghan, I try to stick up for you, but she kind of makes a point here. Simi Garwal, quick to react to Meghan's Oprah interview where some words conveying Simi not being Meghan's biggest fan. She called Markle evil on Twitter, which she later deleted and wrote, "I don't believe a word Meghan says, not a word. She's lying to make herself a victim. She is using race card to gain sympathy." A follower told Garwal she had no facts or arguments to substantiate her statement. "Ruthless, Simi, I don't want bad blood, but tell me you're jealous without telling me you're jealous." Meghan Kelly, M&H pretend that no royal have it worse in the press than they have. Give me a break. Have you ever seen such privileged people wallowing in their own perceived victimhood like this? Those are Meghan Kelly's direct words on Harry and Meghan. But wait, there's more, because she didn't stop there. On the Good Morning Britain TV show, Kelly claimed Markle was completely unaware of how her revelations to Oprah would be perceived by viewers, and that the interview was peppered with compliments of herself while she was making complaints that will totally be unrelatable to 99% of people. Candace Owens. Candace made quite the accusation towards Meghan publicly. Owen shared her opinions on Meghan and Harry's decision to leave the royal family and move to the US. Isolating an individual away from their family and friends using depressing threats to get what you want, these are classic signs of an emotional abusive relationship. But we are supposed to suspend rationality because racism. She added, "Dear Harry, Meghan is not the victim, you are." Lord Alan Sugar. Another pretty intense opinion, this time from Lord Alan Sugar. British business magnate and TV star Lord Alan Sugar weighed in on Markle's mental health claims, stated he did not believe her in what's been called a car crash interview with GB News. Buckingham Palace and all these places where they live, doctors are visiting privately every single day of the week. So if she had something wrong with her, I'm absolutely sure that psychiatrist or psychotherapist or whatever could have come and visited, and no one would need to know, Sugar said. I should imagine that the Queen has had many visits, and indeed some other members of the family have had many visits from doctors. They're very private and confidential and carefully conducted. For that reason, and that reason alone, I don't believe her. Wendy Williams. Let's end on a less hateful note with Wendy Williams, whose career is throwing shade, actually addressing her opinions in a polite but stern manner. Wendy stated Meghan will regret cutting off her dad Thomas from seeing his 2 grandchildren. Wendy supported Thomas when she spoke on the press, claiming, "I'm Team Thomas on this particular thing. He's an old man, he's apparently not well. He goes in and out of swollen ankles. He doesn't look spry at 76. He's got 2 grandchildren that he's never met. Meghan does not have to accept him all the way in her family, but maybe a little hideout one day in Malibu, and invite him over with no press involved. Meghan, live your life, don't worry about the hate. Let me know what you all think about these opinions of Meghan compared to yours."
Number 10, Chrissy Swan. When Harry and Meghan first went public, there were a lot of people who had differing opinions. Chrissy Swan, an Australian TV personality, was holding an opinion that Meghan is fake. She said this on Facebook. "For some reason, I still haven't warmed to her." When asked about why she hasn't warmed to the Suits star by royal family supporter and wellness author Andy Liu, Chrissy responded with this: "It's her manner. She looks like she's performing. To me, she looks like she's portraying a concocted humility, acting. I have reservations too. I'm not sure she loves the man as much as the role." A different Facebook user said, "OMG, I totally agree. A bit fake." What do you guys think? Personally, I think Meghan and Harry have a solid relationship that is as real as it gets. Number 9, Trevor Engelson. Meghan's old husband had some choice words to say about Meghan and his relationship from years ago. They had originally started dating in 2004, and after years together, they tied the knot at the Jamaica Inn in Oco Rios on September 10th, 2011. A couple years later, it was all going wrong for the couple, and Meghan did something that Trevor reportedly said made him feel like a piece of something stuck to the bottom of Meghan's shoe. With her career taking off, Meghan cited irreconcilable differences when filing for divorce in August 2013. Royal biographer Andrew Morton wrote in his book Meghan, a Hollywood Princess, that she sent her diamond engagement and wedding ring back to her estranged husband in the mail. Ooh, that's gotta sting. Hope he's doing well now. Number 8, Aaron Foster. Aaron Foster is a comedy performer and writer who has a notorious history of blasting several celebrities on Instagram, including Meghan. In the month of November 2017, Aaron posted a photo of Meghan from when she was a briefcase girl during her Deal or No Deal days, and captioned it, "Never forget." On another occasion, she posted another image of Meghan holding a briefcase from the same show and added an even more rude caption that read, "This briefcase is filled with my plans to be famous." It is no secret that Aaron considers the princess to be nothing but a fame-hungry social climber. For a comedy performer, these comments are less funny and more just straight icy cold. At least throw in a joke or something instead of just bashing Meghan uncomedically. Number 7. Corey Vitiello. Another bitter ex, this time it's an ex-boyfriend. Corey Vitiello was the last boyfriend Meghan settled on before going for the prince. Corey met Meghan when she was filming for Suits, and the couple sprung it off. Sparks flying like it was the 4th of July. The two enjoyed each other's company for 2 years before breaking things off in a clean manner. That's not the end of the story though, as it tends to be with Meghan Markle. Corey is a renowned chef. And when Harry revealed that he proposed to Meghan over a chicken roast dinner, Corey posted a video of him whipping up a beautiful chicken dinner. Not very subtle, Corey, but I appreciate a good chicken. Plus, at least the man didn't roast the couple or anything. Number 6. Prince Andrew. After Meghan's much talked about engagement to Prince Harry, she was officially invited to meet the royal family members. While Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip were warm and welcoming to the princess-to-be, Prince Andrew showcased quite the opposite behavior. A source informs that he portrayed dislike for Meghan compared to the other royal family members, and it was quite noticeable. Even though he didn't utter anything rude to her straight up, his gesture was cold enough to convey the message. I never understood people who don't welcome a new family member with open arms. Like, if you know you're going to see them every day, or even just every now and then, isn't it easier to be nice to someone rather than cast an awkward shade on them? Just have some small talk and chill out, old man. Number 5. Jan Moyer. Jan Moyer is a British columnist. During the time when Meghan was going through her first few engagements in public, Jan posted a column to the Daily Mail titled, "Why does Meghan Markle need to be so huggy-wuggy? Youch." Probably because she's married to someone she loves. Jan continues in the article, "I have begun to ask myself, who the heck does Meghan Markle think she is?" Jan continued to showcase her disapproval of Meghan by saying that it's way too early for Meghan to start behaving like Diana and being so fondly. She also stated that Meghan shouldn't believe that she can change the lives of the distressed citizens only with a blinding smile and a warm hug. Looks like someone's jealous. Number 4. Katy Perry. It's just outright silly how Katy Perry dissed Meghan Markle and her wedding attire given her own very questionable fashion choices. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Katy made it evident that she was clearly not a fan of the wedding gown. She trashed the Givenchy gown and said that she would definitely have done one more fitting. She also voiced that Kate won all the way. Katy Perry has worn so many worse things than a Givenchy dress. Are we really not going to talk about the music video for California Girls? No? I mean, come on. Number 3. Donald Trump. In the past, Donald Trump has spoken on why he is not a fan of Meghan Markle. Trump, speaking to a media personality, said, "I think she's very disrespectful to the royal family, and most importantly, the Queen." He also went on to say that he was not a fan of Markle. "I'm not a fan of hers. I wasn't from day one. I think Harry's been used, and been used terribly. I think it's ruined his relationship with his family, and it hurts the Queen." I didn't think Donald Trump would have such a strong opinion on Meghan Markle, but I guess he has an opinion on everything. Number 2. Katie Hopkins. Controversial media commentator Katie Hopkins has accused Meghan Markle of social climbing, as she stepped out with husband Harry for a series of final engagements as royals before they began their lives as private citizens. This is what Hopkins had to say on the matter. "The whole of Britain is probably joining me for the first time in my living memory in wishing the back of Meghan. We're done with her." Hopkins told Today hosts Carl Stefanovich and Ali Langdon, "She's used us really, like a springboard for her celebrity lifestyle that she wants. And she hasn't even brought baby Archie over to see the Duke of Edinburgh or the Queen. And that's hugely disrespectful. The Duke of Edinburgh is not going to be around much longer. He's not exactly writing his Christmas card list for 2021. And she's gone and left the baby behind." That last part didn't age so well. But hey, Katie, just relax. She was already leaving. No need to get so angry. Number 1. Piers Morgan. Piers has said many things about Meghan Markle. None of them are quite pleasant. In one incident, Meghan Markle discussed her darkest time when she had thoughts about taking her own life. Piers Morgan responded to these comments by saying he didn't believe a word on a massively publicized news broadcast, Good Morning Britain. After this, he received plenty of backlash and was given an ultimatum. He either apologized publicly or he lost his job. What do you think is the logical thing to do? Well, Piers decided to quit. That's how much he hates Meghan. While away from his old job, he produced a new talk show, Piers Morgan Uncensored. Before it aired, Piers said this about his reappearance: "She will be in for a very unpleasant surprise when I emerge like a Lazarus from my den." I realize Piers is always on the list, but he really deserves to be. Come on, man, just let it go already. Thanks for watching.